And I'm Kyle Chan.
And we started Bedford Cars and Coffee. We started Carson Coffee, we're high school friends, and back then we both liked cars. I'm big into like the supercars and Subarus and kind of like fast and loud. And Kyle, you're more into
like the British classics, Land Rovers, Triumph, stuff like that.
And we found out when we're trying to go to different events that there's not much in this area. So back in a couple of years ago, we went down to a car show in Plymouth, Mass, which is like a hour-plus car ride down from here. And after that car show, we got breakfast.
And we basically decided over breakfast, writing ideas down on a napkin of how we can make one in our area. I got into cars with my 1991 ex-military Land Rover. I imported it from the British military in 2016 when I was, I think I was a sophomore in high school. And I did that with the help of my dad. He's the one who got me into cars. He's been doing cars since he moved here from England. So he's done everything British. MGs, Triumphs, Land Rovers, you name it, he's probably touched it. He's the one who kind of pushed me to get into cars. And he asked me, he said, okay, we're gonna get you your first car. Do you want a beater Civic or do you want something a little interesting? And so I said, I think let's look at Land Rovers. So we found one at auction and we bought it sight unseen from the military. And that's probably the best decision I ever made. It's introduced me to so many people and that's the biggest reason I got into cars was because of how it just brings everybody together.
Yeah. I got into cars at a really early age. I remember playing Gran Turismo on my PS2, racing down the track in all those different cars.
Yeah.
I also vividly remember doing the rally spec with the Subaru. So I drive a Subaru WRX. I love it. It's like a dream come true. It wasn't the most financially stable decision I had in my life, but it's definitely a passion project, and it's one that brings me joy and allows me to meet new people and have some great friends from the community that I have been a part of, and it allows me to kind of have that fun daily car where I can feel like I'm in that little rally car, race car, but still be very much pedestrian and drive wherever I want. The thing about cars is you have that kind of aura around it of this mystical machine that is now able to make sounds and lights and fun. And now you get to be in it every day.
It's like every car has its own personality, and as much as cars can look similar and the same, every car is different. As much as people think that one car looks just like another car, they all have their own story. They all have their own uniqueness about them. So everyone has something special about their car.
And the owners too. That's another thing. You talk to the owners like us, and there's a whole different backstory and same question to them. It's why this? Why that?
The first event, it was May of 2022? 2023. And me and Rob only expected probably 20 or 30 cars. And I think that day we had about 50 cars. And so we were just absolutely blown away, even just by 50 cars. And since then, we've grown to, I think our largest was 240 at the start of this year back in May, it's absolutely insane to think of how big we've grown.
Yeah, we were just kind of two guys with a thought, with a Facebook group, a couple of posts, and found some local people. And now we've grown to getting people from all around the state and also other states. People come up to here. People will come to our event and go somewhere else for an even bigger show, or they'll skip the bigger show but come to us instead. So we've been very grateful for the community that we've created and how much growth it's kind of gone.
So the day of events, usually we roll up. The second that we're here, cars are already showing up. Rob and I are out there the second we open our doors, greeting people, saying hi, thanking them for coming. And then we start running around with our heads cut off and trying to get cars everywhere.
And then from there, it's starting to meet people, pet some dogs, talk with some families, see old friends and make new ones too. And we keep it very casual, so people can come and go as they please. We'll let people know about any announcements we have, invite them in to get food or drink here at Revolution Hall, and just try and meet new people, take pictures, and just enjoy being together on a Sunday morning.
The community here that we get is vast. We have classics. I have people showing up in old Land Rovers, old Jeeps, classic American muscles. We have like SS Chevelles, GTOs. We also get a lot of supercars. So Ferraris, McLarens, Lamborghinis, and quite literally anything that you can think of, we have it here.
And that was kind of our idea too, was we thought about how other car shows and events, they have it kind of like to a category or to a brand. We want just to be like the smorgasbord of everything, where you can have like a classic parked next to your exotic supercar and get to kind of walk down the row or walk through the lots and just see so many different vehicles that are in our area and are available to kind of check out and be a part of that very small, tight-knit community and like friendly nature.
Quite literally, our motto is, if you enjoy it, bring it. So a big challenge that we face is parking. The parking lots are kind of tight here. One of the lots is just one way. There's only one way in, one way out. So we kind of have to do not really what a lot of other cars and coffees have to do. We have to actually manage parking.
And then I think one of the challenges we faced was how when we first started, it was just us two. And we had like walkie-talkies towards the end of last year, but then in the beginning, it was like us just kind of like flagging each other down, hand signals. So like communication would be back and forth, trying to manage it. Because we're trying to make it as like clean and friendly and like safe as possible. That way everyone feels like very accommodated and very like just part of that little community we're creating. I keep going back to community, but like we're trying to create that community here. And now that we kind of have this flow going of how we want it to work, we're going to continue thinking about different ways of building the event even bigger from just that little 25, 50 car show that we were like totally blown away by.
So far, we have not taken any money. Nothing has been for profit here. We don't ask for any registration fees. We don't ask for any fees of sort. Everything's out of me and Rob's own pockets. Whether it's advertisement, it's koozies, it's swag for anyone who shows up, stickers, stuff like that.
The future for Bedford Cars and Coffee. We're thinking bigger lot, maybe different food options, food trucks. Got lots of people talking about different merch items or like personalized swag. We want to work with more local brands and companies to get them into our space and be able to meet new people. We've worked with Lucid, who is able to do test drives and get people aware of their machine. There's local companies like Auto Engineering, and there's plenty of other people that we could bring in to be a part of our space.
Yeah, the biggest thing we're trying to stay within is we started as Bedford Cars and Coffee.
Yes.
And we wouldn't be Bedford Cars and Coffee if we went to Burlington or Concord. You know, we want to keep it in the Bedford area. So that's our goal. Our ultimate goal is still to just keep it community based.
Keep it close, keep it near to home. That way people have something in this area, because that's what we started with. We wanted to start with something in our area, not traveling far away.
So anyone who's looking to start their own Cars and Coffee, I would say definitely teamwork. A Cars and Coffee is not a one-person show. Even two people, that's kind of stretching it. It can be very demanding running around. You definitely need to be very well communicating with each other.
My advice to anyone looking to start Cars and Coffee is just go for it. Try it out. Put out some flyers, start a little Instagram or Facebook group. The power of social media is incredible, and just go out and try it. We had the thought, we just kind of put it together, and it naturally grew from there.
Thank you everybody who supported us since day one. Even people who are showing up and like today was their first one. Their support means a lot. And honestly, we couldn't do this Cars and Coffee without them. You know, there would be no Cars and Coffee without the cars, without the people. You know, I could just go to Dumps and buy coffee and bring my car.
We appreciate you. We see you. Please come out and meet us, talk to us. We want to meet everyone. It's just hard sometimes, but definitely we appreciate it and want to see you again next time.
Please say hi. Don't hesitate to say hi. Even if it's outside of the Cars and Coffee, you see us, flag us down. Like, we're more than happy to talk.